Hi friends, Brenda here from the Pop-Up Homestead. I'm just thought I'd give you a quick little update. I'm actually on my way to go into an herbal remedies class that they're having in Camden, Tennessee. So I'm gonna see if they'll let me do some filming in there. If they do, then I'll include that in this video. If not, then I'll give you an update while I'm driving home. But everything's going good on the Pop-Up Homestead. We've been busy, which is the only reason you haven't heard from us in a while. This morning I made some fresh sauerkraut, like a 5-minute sauerkraut, and then put it with some ribs and some potatoes. So I got that cooking in the crock pot while I'm here at this class. It goes from 2:30 to 5:30. And yeah, I'm excited about it, and I hope it turns out really great. So I'll give you an update after, and I hope y'all are doing great, and I'll be back. All right, y'all, so it hasn't started yet, but this is the beginning of what it's going to look like. So the speaker will be up there. We're very excited about it. I'm here with my Stephanie. Hi.
Hi.
We have some other friends behind us. Valerie, Wes, a few other people. And yeah, it should be a great day. So I'll be back. Look how beautiful this is. All kinds of great stuff. It's a beautiful display. Very much looking forward to this. It looks like they have tinctures over there and candles.
They grow up to 300 feet across in diameter. Some can cover 5 acres of land. It's absolutely amazing. In the Bible, you'll find there's at least 100 references to herbs and spices. In fact, if you include oils, it will cover about 600. There's about 600 references. And 2 of the first 3 Christmas presents were herbs, right? Mm-hmm. Who can name them? Frankincense and myrrh, right? I'll get into the benefits of those because they are amazing herbs. And they have very powerful effects that few people realize. So what is herbal medicine? It's sometimes referred to as herbalism or botanical medicine. It's the use of herbs for their therapeutic or medicinal value. An herb is a plant or plant part valued for its medicinal, aromatic, or savory qualities. Herb plants produce and contain a variety of chemical substances that act upon the body. You know, there's nothing miraculous about herbs. There's nothing esoteric about them. All they're doing is they're basically giving back to the body what the body has lost or the body needs to fight disease. So they're very high generally in minerals. Herbs are very high in minerals generally, depending on where they're from and what herb they are. But a lot of the botanical medicine is very high in minerals. And many of them are also very high in vitamins and phytochemistry. And so most of the herbs that are recommended by herbalists contain at least 5,000 to 10,000 phytochemicals, all right, per plant. And so it's important that you use the whole plant and not just select certain properties out of that plant, because then you get into using isolated formulas. And isolated formulas can do more harm than good. Thank you. This is my wife, by the way. Say hi to everyone. Hello. Yeah, she's the reason I'm here today. So, hydrochloric acid. You know, a lot of people on antacids. Anyone here know someone on antacids? Yeah. Do you know the reason why people are on antacids? Is it because there's too much acid or too little acid?
Too little?
Yes, you're right. We've got some smart cookies here. But the doctors will tell you you've got too much acid. And so they give you an antacid, which is alkaline, to reduce the acidity, when the cause of the problem was too little acid. And when you have too little acid, the esophageal sphincter, it opens up, allows some of the acidity to go up, and you feel burning, and you think, I've got too much acid. But the problem was you didn't have enough for digestion. You remember as an astringent topically, okay, topically. Also horse chestnut, very good. Very good if you've got varicose veins, if you've got hemorrhoids, excellent to tighten. Okay, and they also help with oily skin, acne, reduce inflammation, they're antimicrobial, so these are excellent sources. And then we have a few examples here. Actually, licorice is a very unusual herb because it has properties that are both sweet and bitter and aromatic and astringent and demulcent. It's got so many other, and it's even nutritive as well. So it has an overlap, and so don't think because a herb is in one category, it doesn't have other properties that could enter another category. Just like people, right? We have people that are melancholy, choleric, and sanguine. And what's the other one? Phlegmatic. All right, but they may have crossovers in different areas. So same with herbs. All right, the aromatic that process. And so we got 3 good combinations there. And then all you have to do is add 2 cups of water to that. And then you bring it to a boil, let simmer for about 20 minutes, and then you strain it, and then you can add some honey. I like to use red clover honey. Another favorite of ours is Canadian honey. And if you're going to preserve it for a long period of time, if you reactive oils. Now, it's only been to the 11th century in Persia that we've had distillation. And some of the best oils that I use are actually ones that are mentioned in the Bible. And one of my favorites is frankincense oil. Frankincense oil. If you want to get one oil that can do almost everything else the other oils can do, get frankincense. Because it's very good for pain, it's very good for inflammation, it's very good as an antimicrobial. It's also very good for helping you to feel less anxiety and stress. It's also helpful for digestion. Some people even use it for cancer. Now, you can put this in a diffuser, or you can actually use it topically. Now, if you use it topically, I wouldn't recommend you take it neat, straight on the skin. It's very, very concentrated. So when you use essential oils, use a carrier oil if you're going to put it on the skin. I know there are a lot of people that recommend taking essential oils internally. If they say because it's therapeutic oil and we can use that internally. And I've listened to their speeches, but I have seen internally can cause a lot of damage. I work with essential oils. Doesn't matter if it's therapeutic grade, whatever they call it, it can still cause damage. If you take it internally, certain oils can actually turn into gallstones. They can cause kidney stones because the body has to use a lot of emulsification that comes from bile salts. And so I don't recommend using internally even therapeutic, what they call therapeutic grade, which is really just a brand name. But the biggest difference between the oils is usually the price. It's not the oil. I've seen a lot of the test reports from the world's leading French chemist that is testing for all the different oils. And there's not a lot of difference. Now, there are some oil companies that are very disingenuous, and you've got to be careful about that. But at the same time, there's not one particular oil that works better than every other oil, okay?
Thank
you. Now, I'll share some people that are, training for marathons. Very good for mental stress as well. It's an adaptogen, and adaptogens help mitigate your cortisol, and they help resist the effects of stress upon the body. And so rhodiola is a stimulant, but it shouldn't be taken at night, okay? You want to take it in the morning or at lunchtime, and it's very good for the immune system. It helps regulate your hormones, boosts your energy, helps quickly recover muscle damage if you're working out, helps with certain cardiac issues related to stress, the immune system, it stimulates, and it helps with the cortisol and reducing inflammation. So it's a very effective herb, highly recommend this. And if you've got adrenal fatigue, you can use this. A lot of people have adrenal fatigue. Have you noticed that? We have 3 different types of stress. We have the fight or flight response, and then we have the adaptive stage of stress, and then we have the exhaustive stage of stress. With the exhaustive stage of stress, the body is usually put out of action, and you can't even get out of bed in the morning because the body is trying to preserve you by rest, okay, from the stress so that you don't use up your reserves. Okay, when you've used up all your adrenal reserves, the body will die. And that's why it's so important that you don't push yourself beyond what your body can tolerate. Okay, because a lot of people push themselves. And the problem when you take adaptogens, I have to educate people on this because sometimes people feel so good on the adaptogens that they think they're well, they think they're back to normal, and they use the energy even more, more so than they did before, and they end up in a worse place. So when you take adaptogens, just don't go at the same pace you did before because you can end up creating a burnout situation very quickly.